going to talk about Josh Paschal, right? If you guys haven't heard by now, he's out this weekend. So not expecting Josh Paschal or Malcolm Rodriguez this week versus the Packers, which, as I highlighted, really yesterday and today, the Lions defense has been just fine since week 6, which has been the measurement stick, right? Aiden Hutchinson goes out in week 6. What happens with the Lions defense? Well, not much. I want to say that my numbers are correct. Lions were top 12 in pressures week 6, right around a 39%, 40% pressure rate. And in week 7, they had a slight drop off. They backed down to top 18 in pressures, right around a 37% pressure rate. But then in week 8 versus the Titans, they were top 5 in pressures, 22 pressures actually, with Al-Quadin Muhammad leading the team with, I believe, 7 pressures on the day. So that has to be, a little bit of a confidence boost for us as Lions fans when we're expecting the worst, but we seem somehow to always get the best, from this team. This is Dan's team. This is not my father's team. This is not my father's father's team. This is my team. My era, our era. It's all of our era, but you know what I'm saying. This is a new team. This is the brand new Lions. They do things differently. Well coached. We expect them to rise to the occasion. Dan Campbell talks about it often, where there's 69 players on this team. Not 53, not 51, not 25. There's 69. And we're seeing, the reason why. And it's, I hate when he says everyone's gonna play, because I don't think that Dan would have wanted the outcome that we've had so far through this season, and the reason for why these guys are playing is because of injuries, big injuries. Davenport, Barnes, Hutchinson, Melfon, others, all involved in this. Mosley, plenty of guys that could really help this team in a big way that aren't going to be back this year. Kaminsky. So primarily our defensive line, defensive edge has been decimated all season, it seems like. We're finding ways to win. In the preseason, I thought the Lions were going to be 7-0 and dropping 1, or I'm sorry, 8-0 and dropping 1 to the Texans. And I thought that would have been our first loss of the season. I thought that Arizona would have been the only team that maybe would have given us a fit in the first 8 weeks. And that just wasn't the case. Tampa came to play. We dropped 1 early in week 2, just like we did last year against the Hawks. And here we are, entering week 9, halfway through the season. We've got a lot of issues in front of us, but I think what we also have is a very talented team. We have a coaching staff that knows what they're doing. They've been together now 4 seasons. They're finding ways for these guys to perform at a high level. Aaron Glenn is really mixing up what he's doing defensively. And I'm not going to put it past him again this weekend to roll out with another new identity for this defense. I'm expecting a Big Ben front. I'm expecting to see more guys up front, more DBs in the game, less linebackers. And then on the flip side of that, I'm expecting to see some 4 linebacker fronts where we only have 3 guys down. And either way, I think we're going to have the same result. If Jordan Love is in this game, he's going to be pressured often. And he's not going to have a good day, and he's going to be forced into making some mistakes. If Malik Willis is in the game, I think the Lions have a little bit of a tougher task trying to slow down the RPO game, with his legs. And he's a gunslinger. He's got a heck of an arm. And he's been fairly accurate, too. And he's been living well underneath the pressure rate, the blitz rate. But he's going up against a Lions team that, blitzes more than anybody in the league right now. And I feel like the blitz is, what is kind of shadowing the loss of our defensive line. Whereas before, you really just want to win your one-on-ones and try to get you guys home as naturally as possible with good coverage. Now we're having to manufacture some pressure, and it is working. So, look, it's not all doom and gloom for Sunday. We still got plenty of guys that can play. El Quadin Muhammad, Isaiah Thomas going to get their second opportunity this weekend. And we still have, the rest of our guys that have been producing and will continue to produce this weekend. So, looking forward to a great matchup. It's going to be a good game. Lions going to win. See you guys in the next one.